Good evening and welcome to my AI session this evening. This time I will be showing us a short demonstration of customers engagement using AI agents. So this is the workflow as you can see on the screen. You might not understand it outrightly, but I will explain it as we move on. So I call this an intelligent multi-agent automation workflow that streamlines customers engagement. Now, in essence, how does this come about and how does the flow goes? As you can see, it is triggered when a form is submitted. Assuming a client or a prospect comes into the support environment, you fill a form and submit. The AI agent, through switching, automatically determines if the contact is an existing customer or a new prospect. So if it's a new prospect, it follows the normal route and push the details to the sales team for a follow-up. If it's an existing customer, it follows another workflow route to ensure that the details are pushed to the customer service that takes it up and ensure that the inquiries or the issues are well resolved. So this is the summary of what I'm going to be talking about this evening. So let me go without wasting much time. Let me show us the environment and what we are actually using. So this is the editor, the workflow environment. This is where I developed it. And if you have a look at the first trigger or the first node that you are seeing is on form submission. When a form is submitted, it follows through these workflows as I was saying. You can see the switch, which determine whether it's a new customer or a prospect or an existing customer. So at the end of the day, this Google Sheet will be updated. I have some records here. Maybe I can clear this. It will be updated. And at the same time, if you come to the database, the SQL Server database environment, this will equally be updated based on what we are seeing on this workflow. That is what you are seeing here. This SQL Server, you can see SQL Server here based on the route you follow. The Google append Google Sheets, you can see it is applying to both, irrespective of the route that it follows. So let's do a small demonstration. I click a form like this. Okay, this is the support form. I come, I put my email. That's what I just need to do. Issue types. Is it inquiry or an issue? Assuming it's an issue. For instance, I say uh, my internet is not working. It's not working. So this is a technical issue I'm presenting to the organization. I click on submit. When I click on submit, you can see it has started processing. Started processing. It recognizes this as an existing customer. That's why you are seeing existing customer agent processing. It goes at this phase, it's appending to the Google Sheet, the SQL server, then it send a mail to the expected team that will take care of the old customers and the customer itself. So if you look at this Google Sheet, let's check again. You can see my internet is not working well. This is the issue I just raised just now. It has been appended. If I check the database again too, I should see it here. Yeah, you can see it has equally been logged into the database. So the expected team will take it off from here. If I move further to say, let me check email. Let me see if a mail was sent based on the email. Okay, you can see two mails arrived here. The first one is this one is going to the customer. There, okay, this is going to the unit that will treat the issue. It said there, customer service unit, kindly attend to the issues. Below are the details. This is the name of the customer that came to complain. We only had James with customer ID. You can see the customer ID. You can see the email that I used to enter the environment just now. You can see the phone number. Then the message that I sent, My internet is not working. So the customer service will now take it up, escalate to the technical team that will pay attention and ensure this issue is being resolved. The same thing, a mail will be sent to the customer. Dear customer, thanks for contacting us. The team is looking into your issues. We shall let you know as soon as possible, as soon as it's done. So these are the two mails that are triggered from that same workflow. So assuming the user that comes in is not an existing customer, what happens? Let's try again. I come here again. Assuming I have this email, I'm here for inquiry. Uh, Please, I need the location of your branch in Abuja. The location of your branch in Abuja. This is the inquiry that the prospect is making. I submit. You can see the system has identified that it's a new uh, customer, it's a new client or prospect. That is why you can see the new prospect agent just ran is going. So it has gone through this same again. If we look at the Excel sheet, it would have been okay. You can see we have two records here now. I need the location of your branch in Abuja. It's here. If you go to the SQL Server database, it will equally come here. Would have come here. You can see because a prospect. It doesn't have customer ID, no name, and the rest. But with these details, the sales team can follow up to ensure that they bring this guy on board. So this is exactly what we are talking of when we say multi-agent AI in action. This agent for existing customer is an agent. You see another agent for new prospect. So even if there are 20, based on the business rules or processes, this is the way they will be implemented. We use the switch to separate them and follow up. So this same small application, this is, if you look at the first one in terms of the node, you have the form on form submission. This is the form that you saw just now that the client or prospect fill. When you fill it, submit. I have a HTTP through parameter queries that I configured here. This is the if you see this is the URL to my web API that we eventually call to go and check if it's an existing customer. It checks the database. If you come to this database, these are my users. You can see this image just now is among my users. That's why he was able to see this person and bring the details, the profile out. Otherwise, it won't be able. So, the if you look at this is the URL to my environment. That's why I used HTTPS here to be able to communicate to my database, existing customer database, to know whether it's a new customer or a prospect. And if you look at this environment too, this is the Swagger part of the URL. This is where I hosted the URL on cloud and I'm able to call it. If I come here now, for instance, I want to get the details of that same uh, customer just now at yahoo.com. If I do this and query, I should be able to get the same details. You can see this is the name just now, only has James. This is phone number, customer. This is the way it comes. So, but even for a new prospect that came here to make inquiry just now, if I go to my email to the prospect email, the supposed prospect email, we should equally see. You can see here now, this is the email that was sent to the prospect. They say, okay, this one is to the sales team that will follow up. He said, dear sales team, please follow up with this new prospect with the following details. This is the email. The issue type is an inquiry. The message say, please, I need the location of your branch in Abuja. This is how the sales team will see it and follow up with that prospect. This message now, this one will be sent to the prospect. There, they use the email. Thanks for contacting us. Our team is on your inquiry. We shall get back to you as soon as possible. So if you look at what I have just demonstrated, this is a pure customer support or ticket management, where whenever an issue is reported, you have the opportunity to document it and somebody respond to it, a pure follow-up. That is what we have just demonstrated with AI this evening. So if I want to quickly go through the nodes, like I said, this is my HTTP environment. This is where I connect to my web API to pull the details of that customer if it exists. If the person doesn't exist, I equally get a no. So this split out is the tool that I used to get the values out of that endpoint that I just called. You can see the phone number, the data, the user ID, the name. I pick all of them from the output of that call, that HTTPS call. Then I come to the switch where I now determine if it's an existing customer or a new client. If it's an existing customer, I route it to this agent that deals with existing customer. The agent, after analyzing it with Google Gemini Chat, which is the main agent, the main AI agent that does the logic here, then it flows to the repository where the updates, the info will be kept. After keeping in a cell, I still move ahead to say, let me keep it in a Microsoft SQL environment. Then trigger a message that will be sent to the team that will handle existing customers. The same way it flows to now send a message to the customer that the concerns are being addressed. That's where that workflow ends. So if it's a new prospect too, the new prospect AI takes it, it move it to the necessary environment, then we push it to repo 2 where we can store the data, move to SQL environment where we can store the data too, send a message to the team that will handle a new prospect, and at the same time send a message to, or finally send a message to the prospect. So this is what exactly I've been able to put together for a customer engagement. So by doing this, we ensure that speed, transparency is accounted for, and no data will be lost in the process. So this is just a small workflow that can be increased, can be expanded to handle commercial basis. It is very, very scalable. So thank you for your time, and we subsequently will be improving on this, and you will see how we can work together to make our processes automated fully with AI. Thank you. God bless.